Hi everyone, and welcome to the third semi-final of KVizzing with the Comedians edition 2. We've had two finalists so far, Neville Shah and Akash Mehta. Fun fact, both of them were also the finalists in the first edition, which essentially means that we'll have a new finalist after the semi-final, because if either of these four people make it to the finals, we will have a new finalist because they've never made it to the final before. That's also because two of them are debutants and they had killer quarterfinals and they made it to the semifinals, while two are ex-semifinalists and they are back to being a semifinalist this time, and hopefully they'll make it to the final this time. Let's see how that happens. A lot of people are calling this semifinal the writers semifinal because all four semifinalists in this semifinal are exceptionally great writers. In fact, this is a very interesting lineup. You have Hussain, Giri, Dev, who've all worked for the same collective at some point in different roles. Dev and Giri, in fact, have been writers and colleagues for a long time, and they've been very close friends. And they're now facing each other in a match. One of those friendlies that you enjoy watching as an spectator. So it's gonna be insane in my mind. I will call the semifinalists now. Give it up for the first semifinalist. He was a semifinalist last time as well. A lot of people are betting on him to be a finalist this year. Let's see if that happens. His quarter final, he dominated it, so to speak. He was a part of quarterfinal 3, which some people think was the toughest quarterfinal out of all 8 quarterfinals. But he is the one who won it pretty handsomely. Give it up for Devaiah Bopanna.
What's up?
Oh, what? Oh, great reference. Wow.
Thank you.
Is someone going to come and then like take the child away? Or
Yeah, they'll just take the background away over here. Hey, KV,
wow.
thanks so much. Good fun. Please make sure the questions are the same ones that you leaked to me last night. Okay,
Okay, done. Let's do that. Our next contestant, like I said, is another writer friend of mine, and he made his debut in this quizzing tournament in quarterfinal this time, and he won it. He came second in his quarterfinal because the other quarterfinalist Ashish Shakya was like miles ahead of the other three, but he came second. He defeated Sumaira Sheikh on the last question. I think last couple of questions. In fact, literally on the last question, he answered Woodstock and then made it to the semi-final here. Give it up for Girish Narayandas. Giri.
Hey, what's up, man? What's up? Great to be back. I am just happy playing the quiz again, man.
Yes. The next contestant was a revelation in the quarterfinal. I've said this before. Quarterfinal 4 was the most fun quarterfinal that we had. With the entire vibe of the quarterfinal was great, but in terms of quizzing, there was a tiebreaker for the second spot, but there was a clear winner for the first spot. Not just his answers, but his stories were also really appreciated by everyone who attended that quarterfinal. Give it up for Hussain Dalal.
Hi guys.
Hi Hussain bhai.
Hi Devaiah. Hi Girish.
Devaiah is coming back to say Suna with you. Okay, our last quarterfinalist is the media is calling him the giant killer because he caused the biggest upset of the quarterfinals. One of the strongest contenders in this entire edition was Biswa Kalyandrath, but he couldn't make it to the semi, and a lot of credit to that goes to this other buddy of mine. Give it up for Saurav Mehta.
Thank you, buddy. Can I just say, starting May, I just like to apologize to all the Biswa fans who bought tickets for this and have to watch me now. So sorry.
Okay, Dev, this is your direct. In April 2012, a fire broke out in an apartment complex in Oklahoma City. Okay, KFOR News Channel 4 interviewed one of the displaced residents called Sweet Brown. About the fire, she said, "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran, I didn't grab no shoes or nothing. Jesus, I ran for my life. I got bronchitis and dashed." She said something after this. Just filling the blank. Okay, so something happened in 2012. A fire happened, and then someone was running out, and a media house came and said, like, "Hey, what happened?" And she started saying, "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire." Then I ran, whatever. You just need to say what she said after she said, "I ran for my life. I got bronchitis."
The only thing I know about Oklahoma is Warren Buffett is from there.
Yeah.
So it's just that I got Warren's money. I don't know. No clue.
Okay, no
Pass.
problem. Passing to Giri.
Is it Ain't Nobody Got Time for That?
What a great answer.
Wow.
What a great answer to start the quiz. Great answer. Beautiful
Bro,
answer.
she's amazing. Yeah.
Ain't
Dude, this
nobody
was so
got time
funny
for
when
that.
this came out.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
This is the meme that has its origin
Yeah.
in this particular thing that happened in Oklahoma.
Girish, if
Beautiful.
Girish, if you're actually going to answer questions, don't go for the funny part. That you let me do that.
No, dude. This is, I'm telling you, this is super. I'm
Don't
telling you,
get
this is just me getting lucky.
Ain't
Go
nobody
ahead.
got time for that, okay, Girish? Anyway.
Damn it.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay. Giri got 10 points, which means the next direct will be to Hussain.
Yes, sir.
Hussain, X is the Greek goddess of victory, and she's often shown as below, with Athena, the goddess of wisdom and battle strategy. Her name is ubiquitous in today's world. We all know this goddess's name, but maybe for some other reason and not really mythological reason. What god are we talking about? Okay. X is the Greek goddess of victory. In the statue, you can see. Sorry.
Ubiquitous means?
Ubiquitous as in अभी ये नाम बहुत पॉपुलर है हर जगह है लाइक हम सब जानते हैं हम सब ने ये नाम देखा हुआ है
So, story बोलूं या पहले जवाब बोलूं?
जो आपकी श्रद्धा
It's Nike, but there's a story. Adidas and Puma used to be brothers, you know now.
Yeah.
And then Nike was separate, and then anyway, sorry, yeah. So I used to be very fascinated with this story as a kid because all my favorite footballers used to be Adidas, and I've never bought, like, I don't own anything by Nike. So it's just one of those things that stayed in my head. But like the interesting story is the Adidas and Puma being brothers, and they fought, and they were actually siblings.
Yeah.
क्या भाइयों की झगड़ा हो गया और नंबर 1 होते हैं.
यहाँ पे या और यहाँ पे दो भाई दोनों सेमीफाइनलिस्ट हैं गाइस इन केस यू डिडंट नोटिस Hussain Dalal and Hussain Dalal no झगड़ा there and in case you guys don't know Hussain is actually a sports connoisseur in उनके घर पे like there are बहुत सारे जूते I was shocked the first time I saw Hussain's shoe collection. Okay, 10 points to Hussain on Nike. Next direct will be to Saurav Mehta. Saurav, this is your first.
But
direct.
even I have a story, by the way, about Nike. I've never been able to afford it.
Okay. Bro, that is the best story in the world. You know, when I was in college also, लोग बच्चे जो वो जय हिंद कॉलेज के बच्चे पहनते हैं नाइकी की टी-शर्ट, एक तो क्या है वो जर्सी मटेरियल पहन नहीं सकते ना अपन, इतना लीन में कभी था नहीं, तो उसमें थोड़ा हो जाता है, तो वो एक तो वो प्रॉब्लम था, दूसरा नाइकी used to be so expensive. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. Saurav Mehta, relatable content.
Buddy, always.
Now this is
Why am I
Saurav.
not doing this for my stand-up? Anyway,
Direct question to Saurav. On April 4th, 1964, the Beatles achieved a massive accomplishment with respect to Billboard music charts. No other music entity, when I say entity, I mean solo artist, bands, anyone in music, has been able to replicate this feat till date. Okay, the person who came the closest was Ariana Grande in 2019 with her songs Seven Rings, Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored, and Thank You Next. What achievement did the Beatles accomplish? Okay, so cut a long story short, in the week of April 4, 1964, the Beatles achieved something with respect to Billboard, the Billboard music chart, which has never been done either before or after. This is unprecedented. What was this huge Beatles accomplishment that we are talking about?
man. I think it's the only entity that has like maybe 5 of their songs in the top 10. Like,
that has happened. I will give you a chance to improve though. I'll give you a chance to improve your answer. Because you're not technically incorrect. So I'll give you a chance to improve.
I think just ego-wise, if I leave it here, it might be better because you don't know, I don't know. But I will try. 1 second, okay? Just give me.
Sure. And when in quizzing, the Q&A says release improve. So improve on that only. Don't bring some other thing. Your answer was they had 5 songs in top 10. I've asked you to improve your answer.
5 times the top 10 for like the longest period, in the sense the number of weeks that they were in the top 10 was the highest.
Okay.
Yeah, your face.
Okay.
You're not that good actor. It's wrong.
Yeah. I'm going to Devaiah. Devaiah, your turn.
Was it that they had 5 songs in the top 10 both in the UK and in the US at the same time on the same day?
No, going to Giri.
Giri, Africa bol de. Maybe that's right. UK, US, Africa.
You know what? I'm thinking, should I increase the number of countries or increase the number of songs? Because those are the only 2 things that I can see. Oh man. So wait, right now, is thank you next one song, right? KV?
Yeah, thank you. Next is one song. Break up with your
One
girlfriend.
song,
I'm bored
right?
is one song, and 7 Rings is one song.
So Ariana Grande had 4 songs, right?
1, 2, 3. 3 songs.
No, 7 Rings, Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored is again one song.
Oh.
7 Rings is one song. Break up with your girlfriend. I'm bored is one song. Thank you. Next is one song.
One song. Okay. Oh. So I would say Beatles had 4 of their songs in top 10.
Okay, going to Hussain. I mean, nobody has till now given a better answer than Saurav Mehta. That's why I'm continuing this. Going to Hussain.
Complicated question. Though I must confess that I really like Thank You Next as a song. It's actually now this one got it right. I think what it is so 7 Rings, Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored, and Thank You Next are 1 song each, right? So the 3 songs. I think the answer is, you can correct me first, not correct me, just don't give me the points. It's it's 1, 2, 3. I think it's that is 64. Beatles had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like on the list of this thing, they were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
correct.
and then yeah. So
it held the top
like,
5 spots on Billboard Hot 100. That has never happened in the history.
Yeah,
People have
so
like
1, 2,
1
3, 4,
song
5.
in top 5, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande
You can-
came close. Yeah.
You can have 5 songs in 100, but nobody has ever had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nobody.
It's
Nobody
like
has
Shah Rukh
ever
Khan's
had
career in the 90s. You know.
Yeah. Nobody has ever had it, because usually with music artists, you don't have so many songs that are hit at the same point. You will always have like 2, 3. So one is at 20, one is on 7, one is on 81, and maybe one on the top.
Yeah.
Beatles in that week of April had 5 songs in the top 5, which is
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So all top 5 songs were Beatles. So that's why when Saurav Mehta says 5 top 10,
this have kind of hurt.
I wanted him to improve on that. He could have said top 5. But I will give part points to Mehta. Saurav Mehta gets 2 points.
Saurav,
Mehta gets 2.
50s में ना राज कपूर जी ये करते थे कि उसकी पिक्चर का रिकॉर्ड वही तोड़ते थे 1 साल बाद में. ये 50s में होता था ये.
Saurav Mehta gets 2 points and Hussain gets 8 points.
Saurav, but you know, you set it up for me, to be honest.
I swear,
it's actually.
I swear this is like I kind of knew but didn't. I think I didn't communicate. It's one of those things which
man. Because I felt like you got it. Like, when you said 5, and I just मैं detail में जीत गया. I feel. You know what I'm saying? You set it up for me.
I think that's the difference between you and me as a writer. Like, as I improve, the more details you give, the more. This is a learning lesson for me as a writer.
No, but thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so this was the answer. Held top 5 sports on Billboard Hot 100 at the same time. One extra fact I want to add, that if you notice the list, this is from the Billboard this thing. You will see that all 5 songs are from different records. Can't Buy Me Love is Capital record, Twist and Shout is Collie, She Loves You is Swan, and then again I Want to Hold Your Hand is Capital. And there is a very, very interesting theory as to how this happened. There's a podcast which I will recommend alag se. You can listen and you can realize how difficult it was for the Beatles to make an inroad in the American market. And then from that to reach top 5 at the same time is a great success story.
Yeah.
Top 5 means all 5. It's not top 5.
All
It's
5.
all 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Okay, since Hussain got bulk of the points, next question to Saurav Mehta. X is an Indian drama film by Anand Gandhi, starring Neeraj Kavli. Okay, the plot of the movie is based on a thought experiment of the same name as the movie name, which deals with identity and change. The central idea being whether an object that has had all of its components replaced remains fundamentally the same object. This is a paradox, and this is also the name of the movie.
Okay.
What movie are we talking about?
So, the only Anand Gandhi movie I know. So that's why I'm guessing. If it's wrong, just don't be embarrassed on my behalf. Ship of Theseus.
Yeah, it is the Ship of Theseus.
Oh.
Ship of
This is
Theseus
like
is correct. 10
I'm a
points to Saurav.
classic semi-final participant. I know but don't know. It's beautiful. I love that.
Okay. Ship of Theseus is a paradox, which is basically what you see in the quote: whether an object that has all of its components remain fundamentally the same object or not. Okay. Wow. Ship of Theseus, great answer. Saurav Mehta gets it. Next, direct to Devaiah. So Devaiah, this you need to identify the comic book series that we are talking about, and these are the hints. It was first published as a serial in the first issue of Pilote comic magazine in 1959. Okay. Now, the second half of the question basically tells you how impactful or how huge this comic book series is. The first French satellite, okay, originally designated A1, was later renamed as X, which is the main character of the above mentioned comics, and which has sold over 300 million copies worldwide. Which comic are we talking about? Just tell me the main character. In fact, just tell me the main character or like the comic. Anything is fine. So you can imagine the importance that this comic has in France and otherwise. Like our first satellite was Aryabhatta. That's the magnitude we are talking about. And their first satellite, they renamed from A1 to this.
It'd be funny if ours was then called Supandi or something.
Yeah, something like that. It's like our first satellite was called Sabu or Chacha Chaudhary, like really massive, like Nagaraj.
And just a wild guess. Obliques,
Yeah, good track. What's the main character?
Asterix.
Yeah, Asterix. Who goes for Obelix in Asterix and Obelix? Dave, like this has been your story in this edition. For those of you who missed Devaiah's quarterfinal, there was a question, a Mozart question. The answer was Mozart, and Devaiah says Amadeus, and I'm like, okay, I get it. How do we know this person better? And he's like,
Konsa wala?
Amadeus. And
I blank out at Mozart, but I just remember
yeah, like not
Amadeus.
even
Probably.
Wolfgang, not even Amadeus, or not even Mozart. Even I mean, who says Obelix as the main character of Asterix? Oh my God! Now I know why Dave only thinks of me as a supporting actor. Got it. Okay. He can't think of me as 10 points to Dave on Asterix. Asterix is the name of the satellite, and obviously a very important comic in the history of France. Next, direct to Giri. Giri, connect this list. This is a non-exhaustive list, which means there are other people also in this list, but these are some select names from this list. Okay. Abhinav Bindra in 2016, Sushil Kumar in 2012, Anju Bobby George in 2004, Shiny Wilson in 1992, Zafar Iqbal in 1984, Gurbachan Singh Randhawa in 1964. How do you connect all these people? What is common to all these people? What is this list all about?
Connect them.
Yeah.
They've all won something big, is what I'm thinking, for the country. Just thinking, what's the... Okay, I mean, the thing is, I know something about half of them, but I don't know anything about the other half.
Yeah.
Okay, my best guess is that they all won something for India for the first time in their
No, wrong track. Going to Hussain now.
Oh, um, so a what was Girish's answer?
You said
Fully?
they've all won something for the first time in their
For
respective
the
sports
country. For
for the country.
They did. Okay, random guess.
Hmm.
Judgment call.
Mhm.
Uh, Olympics, are these the flag bearers at the Olympics over the years?
Yeah, absolutely
Yes.
correct. 100%
Is
correct.
it?
10 points to Hussain.
Hmm.
These
Wow.
are the Indian flag
Wow.
bearers in Olympics.
Ah.
Olympics was a good track to think because of the years 2016, 12,
Correct.
4, 92.
Yeah.
And then you obviously they've not all won medals. इतना medal
They've not
हमने
all
कभी
won
जीता नहीं है
medals.
medal.
हाँ, correct,
Yeah.
correct,
What?
correct. मैं वही बोला कि medal नहीं जीते तो काय को list में वो
क्या
anyway,
किया?
हाँ.
Correct, exactly. Medal नहीं जीते तो क्या किया होगा? So flag bearers for India at the Olympics. Perfect 10 points to Hussain. Which means next direct will be Saurav Mehta.
Yeah,
Saurav?
this is Hussain. Don't answer that many.
A strong
Sorry,
debut
sorry,
performance.
sorry.
Strong debut performance in the 1998 family comedy The Parent Trap earned Lindsay Lohan a 3-film contract with Disney, which was the first non-Disney movie she starred in. Okay, one of those rare direct questions of the group of the quiz. Lindsay Lohan came in Parent Trap, signed a contract with Disney, and then finally did a non-Disney movie, which is a very famous movie. Which movie are we talking about?
Buddy, you remember when you called me and checked if you want to participate in the movie edition or the general edition? And, how quickly I replied to that saying, buddy, general AF. Dude, Lindsay Lohan, I only remember her breaking down. Like you get it, like those photos
Yeah,
of her after, Lindsay Lohan and Britney. That's the only image I have of theirs. Buddy, pass.
Passing to Devaiah.
Mean Girls.
Yeah, great answer. Mean Girls it is. 10 points to Dev. Mean Girls is the first non-Disney movie and like cult classic in some way. Has a huge fan base. Okay, next question to Giri. Interesting question, very deducible and like educated guess kind of a question. The Statue of Unity, as a very famous Statue of Unity, is a 182-meter tall structure, and the face of Sardar Patel is approximately 70 feet. Okay, height of the face, like the height of the face, was meticulously decided to be of 70 feet to make it largest face of all the statues. Okay, even larger than those of X at USA. Okay, so X is like fuck X and Y, like just like some place in USA. Okay, where there's some faces are there. So give me the funda behind these two things. Tell me why the Statue of Unity particularly is 182 meters, and tell me why they wanted 70 feet. What did they want to overtake in that sense? There are two funda. One funda for 182 meters, one funda for 70 feet.
Dash larger than those of X at Y USA. So you want to know why it is the number 182?
Why is the height of Statue of Unity 182 meters? That's the first half. The second funda is why is the face 70 feet? So why for 70 feet I've already given.
Sorry. I'm
Why?
getting confused with the alphabet Y in the question and what you're referring to. Are you asking me why is one? Why?
Forget the Y alphabet in the question.
Okay.
And relook. And relook at the question. So there are two things that you need to crack. One is Y, WHY. Y is the height of Statue of Unity, 182 meters. There is a specific reason and funda why they made it 182 meters. The second half is why did they make the face 70 feet? The answer I've given there is because they wanted it to be largest face of all the statues, even larger than something in USA.
Okay.
So these two halves you need to crack.
Okay. 1 second. Okay, can I answer the? I mean, my guess is that. So can I answer why did they make it 70 feet?
Sure. Yeah.
To make it, is it because they wanted to make it larger than the face of the presidents at Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, that is correct. Any
Okay.
guesses on 182 meters?
So 182 would be 1 second. थोड़ा math करना पड़ेगा. 46. Man.
Okay, should we pass? Get it?
Once again, is it something to do with the ratio of 182 and 70?
No.
No.
Passing to Hussain.
Uh, 170 because he said that it's bigger than the Rushmore. This thing.
Yeah, 70 is close now. I don't want to guess on that. I just want to guess on 182 meters from now.
Galat. Is it the number of constituencies at the time? I don't know. At the time?
Number of constituencies where? Can you improve that? Can you improve
Because
that?
I'm just guessing. Because I'm guessing it's a number of constituencies because it's Statue of Unity, but I don't know where and how. Like I can't tell if we
Okay.
I'm very bad with civics, so I can't tell if I am in that, like, of course Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel is India, I think. Correct,
Okay,
na?
I'll come back to you. So your final guess is number of constituencies. You're not adding or removing. Okay,
Yeah.
coming to Saurav now. I'll come back to you. Saurav?
I thought a very dumb guess. I thought it was to make it taller than the Statue of Liberty. Like,
Bro, that was my first guess till
No.
Girish came.
yeah, I know.
Okay, passing to Dev.
182 princely states, kingdoms of India he brought together
No.
to form.
No. Princely states were more
did
than
he get
500.
182? Okay.
No. Fair. But, so I'm closing this. I'm giving full points to Hussain because neither Saurav or Devaiah could improve his answer. This is the answer. Number of assembly seats in Gujarat. So number of constituencies in Gujarat for the Gujarat assembly is 182, and that is why it's 182 meters. And 70 feet to Giri got to the face larger than the US president at Mount Rushmore. Okay, cool.
How many points do
I
I have?
apologize. I apologize for this answer because 100. It was pretty basic. Now that you understand it, in Gujarat. So yeah.
5 points to Giri and 5 to Hussain for cracking one half of each. 5 to Giri and 5 to Hussain. Okay.
Yeah.
Next question direct to Saurav because Hussain got part points. Saurav, your question. The Spanish explorer Alvaro de Mendaña de Niera came to the X Island in 1568. Through some mix-up, rumors circulated that he found gold, and the islands were named after the wise, wealthy biblical king X, who was said to get his gold from Ophir, which is an unidentified land known for its riches. Alas, by most accounts, Mendiana found no such thing. Which island country? Not much to explain. There are enough hints. If you read just once more, you will figure out the answer.
What was the last part you said? You will figure out the answer. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. There are enough hints in the question. The place is called X Island, and X is name of a wealthy biblical king known for being wise and rich. I mean, if you have to focus on the important part, this is the important part.
Only bad guesses are coming in my head.
No problem. Go for one of them.
Very fast. Nothing also.
Okay.
I don't know.
Devaiah?
Solomon Islands.
Of course, Solomon Island, the only island that you can think of named after a biblical king, being known for wealthy.
King Solomon.
Yeah.
King Solomon, very like there are many stories like the one जिसमें बच्चा ले जाते हैं बोलते हैं किसको देना चाहिए उसने बोला काट दो असली माँ कौन है, they're all like नहीं Solomon's
I've been to
justice
King
is a
Solomon's
thing.
grave
Wow.
in
Wow.
Jerusalem, and because of that the conflict, you can hardly go there. And by the time you get there is so the thing is so Moses, Jesus, Solomon are all very close by in Jerusalem, in around across the Gaza Strip, and it's beautiful because Solomon also invented a lot of music, and he could speak to animals. That was the sort of random. Sorry, मैं ऐसे ही निकल जाता हूँ story पे. Sorry.
नहीं नहीं,
No,
thank you,
no.
thank you.
Sorry.
Great context.
It's a nice collaborative exercise for learning knowledge.
KV is making notes for next questions for the next from your stories.
Okay,
Because the
Solomon
Islamic
identity.
understanding of Solomon is Suleiman Nabi, they called him.
Suleiman.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And he could
Yeah.
speak to animals. So Suleiman, so Daud, David, Suleiman, Solomon,
yeah.
ऐसा.
Moses, Musa.
Moses,
Jesus.
Musa, Jesus, Isa.
Nabi means prophet, right? So,
Yeah.
okay. We are reversing, which means the order now is Saurav, Hussain, Giri, and Dev. Okay, cool. We start with Saurav. Saurav, X is a term that we use for any trick or stratagem that lures. Now, this is the important part. That lures a target to invite foe into a secure area or bastion. Okay, that's the meaning sense that we use this. Commonly used to describe a malicious computer program. Now that's the second clue. Okay, this is used to describe a malicious computer program. And now we come to the origin of this. The origin is a certain act from Greek mythology by a select number of Greek heroes led by Odysseus. What are we talking about?
Trojan.
What two words for it? Sorry.
Trojan.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Trojan horse is correct. 10 points to Saurav. Great. Big, very close match going on so far. Nobody can predict anything. Saurav, you got Trojan horse. Next, direct to Hussain. Okay, I'm explaining a story. In the 1994 San Marino Grand Prix, during Friday practice, Rubens Barrichello was launched over a curb and into the top of a tire barrier, knocking a Brazilian unconscious. Okay, that happened on Friday. And Saturday, qualifying a new player, Austrian Ronald Ratzenberger, crashed head-on to a wall at over 300 kilometers per hour, and he died instantly because he got a basilar skull fracture. However, we all remember 1994 San Marino Grand Prix because of a third tragedy. This race is famous for a third tragedy in which three-time world champion X lost control of his car, crashed into a concrete wall, and died. Who are we talking about?
पॉज लूके बता दूं.
आपकी श्रद्धा है जो आपका मन करे.
Senna.
It is Ayrton Senna. 10 points to Hussain.
What a fuck all week that was in sport, bro.
Yeah. A lot of people remember this because of Ayrton Senna's death, but like one death and one near death almost happened in the same week.
I just like to point out that I was 3 and we had only Doordarshan at house, so this was an unfair question.
No, there's a film and all.
Yeah, there's a film and all.
This answer I knew. I was hoping Gay director, sir. But,
yeah. It's very ironical that
All the
Mehta talked about like he can't guess something that was in 94, having just guessed Trojan horse, which is from like Greek mythology.
जब टीवी ही नहीं थे दुनिया में.
अरे पर वो ब्रैड पिट वाला मूवी था ना.
हाँ, correct.
Movie, but now again I'm failing because I just said movies I don't know. Sorry guys.
And Senna, a lot of people know because of the movie.
Also therapy all over again. It's just one after the other. हाँ.
Also ये तो कुमार का वरुण का बड़प्पन है ना कि वो उसने सेना तो हमें पता था. उसने उसके पहले की 2 ट्रेजेडी के बारे में बताया. Rubens Barrichello पता था, but that other guys crashed. I didn't know much about.
Yeah, Austrian Ronald Ratzenberger died on the same weekend.
Yeah,
okay, next direct to Giri. In 2010, when Jairam Ramesh was the Environment Minister of India, he released a report which blamed Harry Potter. Okay, so Indian government blamed Harry Potter for the decrease in population of X. Now I'm quoting the report. The report said, following Harry Potter, there seems to be a strange fascination, even among the urban middle classes, for presenting their children with X, encouraging its illegal trade. What is being talked about here?
Wow.
So, Jairam Ramesh was our environment minister. He was blaming Harry Potter because of Harry Potter, because people are gifting something to their children. and encouraging the illegal trade of that thing. What
Huge
is being talked about?
fascination even among the urban middle classes for presenting their children with relation.
Jairam Ramesh was the environment minister.
I mean,
Blamed Harry Potter.
I've never come across this story, but again, I mean, my guess would be, I mean, most of the creatures in Harry Potter are fantasy type creatures. I mean, except for owls. So my guess would be owl.
It is owls. Beautiful answer. 10 points to Giri. Owls is correct. Owls became really popular because of Harry Potter, and people started gifting owls, and illegal trading started, and that's what Indian government blamed Harry Potter. Harry Potter.
कुछ भी करते हैं लोग,
कुछ
कुछ भी करते हैं लोग.
Increase in population. Cool. Giri gets 10 points. Next, direct to Dev. Dev, this guy on your screen is someone called Mr. Shyam Bairagi. Okay. Shyam Bairagi. He has made a great contribution to the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan of Government of India. Okay. What work has he done? What work did he do? And his work, which Shyam Bairagi has done, is really popular on internet. Okay. What has Mr. Shyam Bairagi done in association or in the project of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan that is really popular on internet? His name is also in some sense a hint, Bairagi, but I don't want to go there. What is Shyam Bairagi's contribution?
Did he design the logo of Swachh Bharat?
No, he didn't design the logo of Swachh Bharat. Going to Saurav Mehta.
But it's fast.
Passing. Okay. Passing to Hussain.
I don't know what to say because it's I think this is the answer, but
Okay.
अगर बैरागी है और अगर हम राग पे जाएं
I said Bairagi is the hint.
क्या तो इनने गाना बनाया था song. He made a song. What work did he do? He made a song actually. He didn't do any cleaning. Naughty. He was little. So I think he made a song. Is what I understood. I mean, is what I would think.
Yeah. Can you? Sure. Can you improve your own answer? Just some specific that I'm looking for.
Like you want what the song is?
Yeah, if possible, because the song is really popular.
It's popular in a. It's
Yeah.
like a.
Yeah.
Is that one na gaadi wala aaya something kachra nikal?
Yeah, beautiful answer. I was looking
wow.
for Gaadi Wala Aaya Kachra Nikal. Singer is so Shyam Bairagi is the guy who sang Gaadi Wala Aaya Kachra Nikal, which is a viral song and all over the place. And something to do with Swachh. Yeah, it's like it's legit.
No,
Really
it was
famous.
pretty. It was like that. You know the first question of the episode today about that chick in America. How she said that like wrong. Oh, idhar ka ye.
Yeah.
Oh.
Correct. So Hussain got 10 more. Okay. Gaadi Wala Aaya Kachra Nikal is correct. Hussain gets 10 more points. Next question is for Giri. Okay. By the 15th century, Italian forces were known for being good at war. Okay. So many Italian war terms spread across Europe, including the word X. Okay. It comes from the Italian word meaning the position given to the officer responsible for a small force or column of soldiers. That's the first half. Now, what happened later was the French also took this word from the Italian, but when they added it to their language, they changed it to a word which sounds like Y. So they took the word, but they changed it a bit, so it became a different word. Like it's the same word, but it sounds different. Language experts, and so because we're talking about two, essentially the same word but pronounced in two different manners. Language experts say this happened because the French wanted to have the R sound in the word. So after all this long kahani, the end is that there is a particular word which is used, which is spoken in two different ways. One has R and one does not have the R sound. Okay. What word are we talking about? I want two words. One without R, one with R. And look at all the hints. Something to do with war. So it's a war term in some sense. But, and this is the origin, it came because Italian word, which means the position given to an officer who is responsible for a small force or column. That was the origin. French took it, added an extra R, and because of that, we have a word where there are two different ways to pronounce it. One with R, one without R.
Hmm. Oh, I'm just thinking of all the ranks. Uh, hmm. I mean, my best guess would be Colonel.
Yeah, it is Colonel and Colonel.
Okay.
Colonel and Colonel. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Colonel is correct. 10 points to Giri. And we move forward with the next question to Dev. Dev, these are four books. I've removed something from each of the book. You need to tell me what connects these books. Okay. First book is called Dash Dash, the one and only showman. The second word is called Dash Dash, the game changer. Dash Dash, the householder, the star. Fourth book is called Kulam Kula, Dash Dash, uncensored. Sorry for
All
the
of
typo.
them are from autobiographies of the Kapoor family.
Kapoor family is enough. I was all looking for Kapoor, not autobiography, but biography, but that's fine.
Biographies.
Raj Kapoor, the one and only showman. Shami Kapoor, the game changer. Shashi Kapoor, household, the star. Rishi Kapoor, Kulam Kulla. Great. Superb answer. 10 points to Dev. Wow. In fact, fun fact, I gifted a small like token of whatever appreciation to all the finalists from last edition. And I gifted the third book, Shashi Kapoor, the householder, the star, to Akash Mehta, because he answered a Shashi Kapoor question in the first edition. That was the inspiration towards this question in this edition. Okay.
You know,
Biography of
Shashi Kapoor runs
fun.
Prithvi Theatre, right?
Yeah.
So he had this amazing habit, which all kids should know about, because it's a book, The Household of the Star, which he doesn't write about, nobody writes about, which is that he would come to the premiere of every show, okay, at Prithvi Theatre. And it's one of the sweetest things. And I was 15 when I started performing. And if he likes the show, so you wait backstage, within 15 minutes after the show, when you're sort of unsetting, removing your props and removing stuff from stage, if he's liked your show now, he'll send you biscuits or like cookies or like cake. Okay. And if he's liked what you've done.
Nice.
And the thing is, for years, when you're on stage, it's your right. Like, so it's like, it's stage right and stage left. For years, it used to be called the Shashiji aisle in theatre. And in fact, to the point where we've had performances in other cities, other countries, and kids have said, "Arey, wo Shashi ji se entry lega." And we're like, "No, no, beta, ye Delhi hai. Idhar Shashi ji nahi hai." You know, so it's one of those bizarre.
Wow. Wow. Okay. They've got biographies of Kapoor family members, which means next direct will be Saurav Mehta's direct. Saurav, fairly direct question again. You need to identify the person on the screen right now who has authored more than 100 books and sold more than 300 million copies. First person from her field to be awarded, to be honored with Padma Shri. She was also awarded Women of the Year by Indian Merchants Chamber in 2005. Who is this person?
Allah Dalal.
Yeah, absolutely correct. It is Sarla Dalal. 10 points to Saurav.
Nice.
Sarla Dalal got Padma Shri, first person from the world of cooking, so to speak, to be given Padma Shri. And of course, a best-selling author. 10 points to...
Now, sorry, did you get that because you remembered how she looked like?
Yeah, that's the only.
Wow.
Like first thing is Sucheta Dalal, but I'm like, she's economics, like in the sense finance. The other one was Tarla. So,
Yeah, because I didn't remember at all how she looked like for some reason.
This is the face, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
But like
going to...
the answer slide is so much clearer, no?
Yeah.
Like, what
Yeah.
Sida?
Yeah. That's my value add. Okay. This Hussain's direct. X is an American fast food chain. When it entered India, it made a monumental mistake of opening its first store in Bangalore. Okay, why it was a mistake? Because then in Bangalore there was protest about anti-globalization and environmental campaigners as well as local farmers who objected to this chain bypassing local producers. Okay, the company was finally only able to successfully expand its operation outside Bangalore after 2004. The chain is subsidiary of Yum Foods, a restaurant company that owns Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, and big street chains. What American fast food chain are we talking about?
बेसिक लग रहा है आंसर 2004 ना 2004 ना यार एक तो क्या है ना टाइम has changed in such a way that what I think is my childhood is not my childhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like now I'm 31, so matlab my childhood is not 10 years ago, it's 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So when you're trying to
Yeah.
count back, I don't know. Okay, just one. I can just take one guess, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
KFC.
KFC it is. KFC the biggest brand of Yum
I
Fruit.
just kept
Yum
thinking if
Fruit.
2004 is far enough. You know, I kept thinking if it's too
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
So KFC came
KFC.
17 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow,
In fact,
huh?
I went to their Bangalore this thing during my engineering in 2006-7.
Wow.
We had a friend
Wow.
whose uncle was recently recruited in Yum Food. Like KFC में free में खाना मिलेगा. We
Oh.
all went mad. We saw Omkara and then went here back in 2006-7. Okay. 10 points to Hussain. I think Hussain is now at a score where it would be very difficult to beat him, but we'll see.
Oh shit, dude.
Going to
Oh
Yeah,
fuck.
in fact, let me be one of those media houses who call out results before anyone else can. And I think Hussain has qualified for the final. I think, but we'll see. Because Hussain is now on 63, and even if he doesn't answer anything else, there's no one who can like the closest someone can get is Devaiah. If he gets both, he will reach 60, so he'll still lose. But we'll see. So the last answer was KFC by Hussain, which means the next direct will be Girish, and this is the penultimate question of the quiz. There are two questions. Okay. So again, similar to Tarla Dalal, this is a visual and text-based question. There is a visual on your right. This is a striker. He joined a club called Glasgow Rangers in 1961 for a then record transfer fee between two Scottish clubs. Footballer Bobby McKellar once said about him, "I've never been afraid of anyone before, but Dash was a frightening bastard from the start." Who are we talking about? Let's look at all the hints. Timelines is sort of clear. That 60s he was playing football. Glasgow Rangers will give you an idea of where he belongs to. And one general across rule is that it has to be popular enough to be asked in a quiz in India. So
KV,
who are we talking about?
when you asked me if I wanted sports or general, I made it very clear that I wanted general. Oh man, football that to 60s.
Yeah.
But you're saying he's very popular, so
Yeah.
I'll have to take a guess.
But he was transferred to Mohan Bagan.
Shit, football is just like not my scene at all, man. I mean, I know Pele, but he doesn't look like Pele. I know
Yeah.
Maradona. He clearly doesn't have the hair for Maradona.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like I'm just thinking, all the famous ones I know, they don't look. He doesn't look like any of the famous ones I know.
That's true.
Okay, I'll pass. Can't even take
Okay,
a while.
pass. No stress. Passing to Dave.
Alex Ferguson.
It is Sir Alex Ferguson. Sir Alex Ferguson is correct. That's the interesting conduct. We know Alex Ferguson as a manager and not as a sports person, like as a footballer, but he was a footballer for Scotland.
That
And
is
in fact,
that is
Sir
the-
Alex Ferguson is correct. Dave, you got it, which means next question will go to Saurav Mehta. Last question of the quiz. So try and answer fast. Okay. We're talking about a weapon here, okay? TX was a weapon invented by American inventor Sir Hiram Stevens back in 1884. Okay, it was the first recoil-operated machine gun in production. It has been called the weapon most associated with the British imperial conquest. So you can imagine if 1884, back in the day, if you came up with like really fancy, innovative gun, it would have really helped you to conquest the world, right? So likewise, it's considered to be like very important to British imperialism. Likewise, it was used in colonial wars by other countries between 1886 and 1940. This is an extremely lethal extreme lethality of the weapon, sorry for the typo, weapon was employed to devastating effect against obsolete charging tactics. Like your opposition is like some primitive country or like where they don't have guns, they're fighting with swords, they're running. When you come back with this gun, it is so important in their history. And to sort of give an ode to their history, this is the line that they used to use a lot. There's this line from a poem called Blood. Whatever happens, we've got the dash and they have not. So this gun is so important to British history that this basically sort of differentiates them and any other power in the world for so many years. Whatever happens, we have got the dash and they have not. What weapon are we talking about?
Queen Elizabeth. But I have a visual image in my head which I'll take a guess because I don't want to waste time by thinking I know more. Is it rifle?
Not the rifle. Going to Hussain.
I have a question. The answer can't be in the question, or can it be in the question?
1 second, let me recheck.
Man, I'm going to feel so bad then.
मेरे को लग रहा है जवाब सवाल के अंदर है.
No, नहीं है.
Okay, so who goes after me?
After you, Giri, then Dev.
Okay. Because I only have one guess and I know it's not the right answer, but I'll just say it anyway. The machine gun.
Not the machine gun. Giri?
Yeah.
Oh man. Again, just taking a wild guess. Because know nothing about this. Is it the Tommy gun?
Not the Tommy gun. Dev?
The pistol.
Not pistol. Okay, we'll make it a 5-pointer and start with Saurav Mehta once again. So it starts with M. Okay. And what else can I say? Because the big reference is here only. It starts with M. M for Mumbai. M for Maradona.
Okay.
And it's called dash gun. Yeah, let's take one round with that. If not, then I'll go to the audience because there's no other clue I think which can help us.
Muzzle gun?
Not muzzle. Going to Hussain.
I have a very wrong joke to make. I don't have an answer. Muslim gun. I don't know.
Oh man. Okay, Giri.
Is it one of those? Is it one of those number thingies like M17? You know?
No.
No?
Not M.
Is that the what time?
मेरे बोलने पे मेरे घर के बाजू में मस्जिद में अज़ान आई है.
What timing?
Maybe I have to leave now, yeah.
देख रहे दोस्त?
What a timing! Oh my God.
मुस्लिम कोटा में क्या लाया हूँ मैं?
Wow.
Dev?
I mean, I know that. I know it doesn't start from M. The double barrel gun.
No. Maxim gun. Maxim gun.
Rambo. Seen this in Rambo.
Yeah.
Maxim gun. And that is they have this thing like whatever happens, we've got Maxim gun and they're not. That sort of summarizes entire British imperialism. Okay. So guys, we just finished the third semi-final of Quizzing with the Comedians. It did turn out to be really close at the end, although Hussain had a comfortable lead throughout. But Devaiah did end up at 50. Giri ended up with 35. But Hussain had 63. And Saurav had 32. So all four of them like very, very respectable score. But Hussain was like
more respectable.
Yeah, more. All animals are equal. Some animals are more equal.
Some Hussains are more equal.
No, but
Hussains are more respectable.
I also want to say that मेरे को 2-3 जवाब तो मिल गए. I think Girish gave that answer now that solved my answer. Which one was that? I got 2 from Girish because he guessed one and I got one. A couple of answers happened like that.
Hussain Dalal is the winner of semi-final 3, which means that we have 3 finalists now. We have Neville Shah, Akash Mehta, and Hussain Dalal as the three finalists. We will
मैं नहीं कर सकता.
one more person will join them. One more person out of these 4, Ashish Shakya, Gaganjeet Singh, Kanan Gill, and Srimay Das. One of them will join them for the finals. All the best to Hussain for the finals.
Good luck. Good luck, Hussain. Make our
Thank you, guys.
semi-final group
Yeah.
proud.
Yeah.
Guys, I feel like it's going to be one of those finals where मेरे को एक भी जवाब नहीं आएगा.
Hussain, can I just tell you one thing? Last time we had Akash Mehta in the semi-finals with me, so you'll do very well. I am sure. Don't worry.
And thank you so much once more to Dev, Saurav, and Giri.
Thank you, guys.